take a series over BB Team? Or will BB Team still reign supreme like they did just a week ago and claim the championship? We're finding out together with Cap and SVG.
That's right, thank you, Sheever. We are going to see if, indeed, Gaimin Gladiators can overcome a bit of a mental block they seem to have against BB Team. Avery, we've seen some mental blocks in our time, some rivalries that just stay one-sided. Gaimin Gladiators was involved in one of those. Their matchup against Liquid seemingly just Liquid could not beat Gaimin Gladiators when it came to the finals. Now it seems like Gaimin Gladiators are having a tough time with BB Team. So what is it? Why do we get this?
Why do we get mental blocks in professional competition? Is that what you're asking me?
Why do we get it in Dota specifically?
Austin, if I knew the answer to that question, I'd be a much wealthier man than I am now.
I mean, I'm just saying, I understand when a pitcher gets the yips, you know? Can't seem to perform quite as well. Do you feel like Dota players get that?
Honestly, no.
I don't think so either.
I think it's just these invisible blocks exist because of a clash in play style, and that's why it's so difficult to figure out, because you can fix the mental side, and I think most of these teams that play against each other, they're not afraid of each other. There's not a mental block. I think most of the teams that used to have that aura have disappeared from the scene.
Yes, the old Team Secrets of the world, Evil Geniuses, those kind of teams.
To get back to that level of aura, you have to be on a crazy dominant win streak, which I think one could argue Gaimin was there at one point when they were winning all those tournaments, right? There might have been a little bit of block due to that when Liquid were going up against them, because you just lose so many times. It's like, oh man, I mean, we just have no chance at a certain point.
Yeah.
But in terms of the gameplay clash, I think that's what's more common nowadays. It's not really as a mental block as much as something about how we play against this team just doesn't work, and then you have to figure that out, and that is usually a very tough thing to figure out.
So if it is a stylistic thing, if you were an analyst for Gaimin Gladiators, what would you identify in their matchup against BB Team that you think is just not working out for them? What stylistically allows BB Team to do so well?
I think they're just competent enough laners that Gaimin can't strike their usual advantage in that area of the game.
Yeah.
And that makes it generally hard to run them over. And I think they also draft faster than some other teams in a lot of ways. Like, I think particularly with this roster, when you have Pure, they have a lot of flex potential in the carry. They have a wide variety of carry picks. We're seeing Phantom Lancer in this game, right? Like, this guy is literally willing to play anything, pick anything. And that means they can adjust to tempo fairly well, because I think a lot of your tempo adjustment comes between the 1 and 2. I think the 3 is kind of set. The supports can always kind of play fast. It's rare you get a super slow support duo. And I think the majority of your adjustment comes from 1 and 2. Are you playing super greedy, super slow with some, Battle Fury carry, or is this a carry that's just going to fight early? And I think Pure can adjust that pretty quickly. So I think most of the time, BB Team can strike an even tempo against Gaimin and alleviate a lot of the normal advantages this team creates. Now, I do think Gaimin has slowed down with Watson recently, so
sure,
it's maybe not as vital as it used to be against that old squad, but maybe part of why they've slowed down is Gaimin is having a difficult time finding their own pace in some of these games, which that's
early first blood, finding that one. Tofu catches save out, trying to do, I assume, a little bit of bounty rune shenanigans here. So where I was leading this to, Avery, is that BB Team, I think part of the way that they contest tempo-wise is the fact that Pure does have that versatility, but I feel like that versatility has always shown its strength against Gaimin Gladiators because of his willingness to play more aggressive carries, right? Like Dawnbreaker. And I feel like that is actually what allowed them to be able to match up. Here, playing Phantom Lancer, I feel like you are opening yourself up to the pace that Gaimin Gladiators is so notorious for.
This is not the carry I would want to play against this team. I'll put it that way.
Sure.
Particularly if it's not an ultra free game for it, which when you look at this lineup, they do have Doom, they have Ember. Centaur is a little bit of AoE. It's not an ultra free Phantom Lancer game. You have some cores that can scale well into him. Ember can cause some problems later on with Shivas. Doom is a Radiance buyer. You have the 2 big items that are going to come online eventually in this game, which is what you look for versus the PL, and you have enough AoE clear that you can play the fights and not be super worried going late. Obviously, you can play the outskirts of the fight a little bit with this hero. You can abuse the new Ags with the extra rush range and stuff like that. He does more damage than I think people expect, and he's probably more viable than people give him credit for. It's just a little surprising to see Pure busted out here. Maybe he's just ultra confident in the pick in general. Doesn't care about playing into a couple of counters. Of course, they, more importantly for me, have that Storm Spirit on the mid lane, which I think has been GPK's best hero this year by far. Even in some of the games they've lost on it, he still went like 15-1. And then he lost going 15-2, but that's still a tremendous performance on the hero. And it's a really scary hero to give away in these games where you have limited insta-lockdown potential. Here, Gaimin have tried to address it. You know, you have Doom, you have Stomp, you have Lasso, you have Lasso Chains. But if the Storm does want to commit for defensive items here and go early BKB in this game, there's not a lock that shuts GBK down in the fight. Then you really have to find a Doom on him, and that is unlikely if he plays the fight well, especially with Silencer Global to back him up.
Sure.
So I kind of like the Storm pick here. I think it generally works out for a BB team more than it does not. And they just have a pretty well-rounded lineup. Really will come down to what this PL gets done in general. That's the one piece of this puzzle that, well, I don't know if anybody knows 100% what it can do here.
Yeah, we did see a Phantom Lancer recently, right? I don't remember where we saw it, but somebody else picked it up. And was it actually Pure? I remember whoever did it just went like a straight normal Phantom Lancer build. Did not go any. Did not go the Aghanim Scepter. Oh, it was Watson. It was Watson. That's what it was.
Last
yeah.
Pick. Was that? But I'm trying to think. Was that before or after the buff to the Ags? I think it was before. So that did make a big difference for this build-up. Assuming that is what the route Pure wants to go down. We'll see what he ends up doing here. Of course, this could be a game where the PL just doesn't do anything and he wins. Could be a game where the PL does nothing and he loses. Can always be the PL factor.
True. I think one of the other things for me about this matchup is that Quinn is such a proficient laner, and I think GPK is one of the few mid laners who can beat him in that matchup.
Oh, for sure.
And I think he has shown repeatedly, especially in that finals recently, that GPK did outwork Quinn in that mid matchup time and time again.
I have always said I think GPK can beat anybody in mid lane, and he can be the best player in any lobby. It's just a question of, does that happen? Because the biggest thing holding this guy back is maybe himself in some of those situations, particularly if he's gotten over some of the mental block issues that people categorized him for a long time. I personally think he has. I think he's a lot more consistent than he's given credit for. And particularly his laning, it's not bad. He wins a lot of his lanes, goes even at worst, as Kezu mentioned on the panel. And that is something you can play around. That is something you can build around.
Flame break, pushes Miro over to the side, and just full aggression. Attempted TP out, smart play, there is no stuns. The moment Watson swung that Infernal Blade. So that kind of ruins Tofu's rotation.
Not expecting the early TP here, but ends up working out. And this kind of leaves Ace up to high and dry out here. Sacrificial Centaur lane, he is the poorest core out of this laning phase. Generally not a position this hero thrives from.
No.
And also, I feel like not a position Ace thrives from.
No,
and
definitely
I think this has been a big issue for Gaimin overall this season, is how do you balance the farm amongst these three cores compared to when you had Dyrachyo before, who is way more sacrificial in playmaking than Watson by default. That takes away a lot of natural space in farm priority for Ace when you have to make sure you give Watson a better game than maybe you had to prioritize with Dyrachyo. And you end up in these situations where you're just kind of left up here alone. You give up another kill, you give away an int, a free lane for the Phantom Lancer. This Centaur just has nothing right now.
And I feel like that shouldn't be the case. I mean, Batrider, Centaur, like on paper I would say like, oh, okay, this Phantom Lancer's not going to be getting any kills out of its lane. In fact, he might even die. The Silencer can be quite the menace in the laning phase, but you add in Tofu rotating around and, ooh, managed to get a deny on the Arcane Rune, but Kataomi is going to be run down by the Firefly. Help Quinn get the kill, though. Tofu trying to save it for him. Instead, Firefly will burn him out.
A little snowball action for Quinn on this mid lane. Exactly what you want to see. If this Ember can take the game over, he can be a menace here. It's not the greatest Ember game I've ever seen, but it is Quinn on his signature Ember in that mid, so can always do some serious damage and can enable the supports more importantly. If he can get the Warlock in the back going in some of these early skirmishes or for runes or Wisdom Shrines or whatever it is, this lineup can come online for Gaimin. You have Stampede to back it up. It is not a slow lineup by any means. All three of these cores can come online very early in this game and cause BB team problems if they're not ready to fight it because the PL is potential liability there. You just get outnumbered if the Doom is willing to join early fights. And Ember is the guy who's going to set all of that up, particularly if you get those power rings. So I would fully expect Gaimin to commit supports on the 8-minute rune here. BB team should be aware of it. And that means either put some pressure on the side lanes, don't let them commit so heavily to this mid lane without getting punished somewhere else, or just take the fight to Quinn if you believe you have the lockdown, which Silence or Shaman can give it to you. So you actually do have that option this game.
Going after Ace again. Man. He just picked up his Vanguard, so he is a much tougher kill than previous, but it's still okay. Hit the stomp right as GPK jumps in. Don't think that saves Ace though. GPK, plenty of magic damage to pump into the Centaur. The Vanguard simply will not save him. Does get as much damage as he can out before he falls. Does a little bit of extra work against Pure.
They are targeting the weak point on the map right now. It is this Ace Centaur. He is behind. He's getting put farther behind. Just starting to feed off him.
Look at this. Quinn cutting the wave that's coming in this mid lane, so he has more pressure to be able to, one, hit the tower, but also hopefully more control for the 8-minute power rune. That's what he really wants out of this.
Now, you set this up well. You should get it here.
And we'll get it. It's a shield rune top.
And nice little play. They're getting stacks up as well if you're Gaimin, so there will be some recovery here. Centaur wants to join in on that, and they're going to get aggressive. This is Ember gameplay to a T.
Should be free dives with the shield rune. You know, even if the Storm Seer shows up, Quinn's not really going to be threatened by that. So keeping the pressure up, take out the support, put some damage on that mid tower. Spying out a little bit of stack in action here from BB team. Miro wants to cleave through this with the Tidebringer before they get to work on it.
This is full HP mid tower. You're just giving up off of one sequence here because the Storm went top and used resources. Quinn takes huge advantage of it. Calls the supports mid, dives the Shaman. Now they're going straight into that triangle, eyeing up the stack situation.
And they're going to take him. Miro, he wasn't able to clear it out fast enough. Maybe the Torrent takes a last hit or two.
I got none of it.
But otherwise, yeah. It's all going to Gaimin Gladiators, and now the supports are being pulled in to try and protect the triangle. Now it's all kind of getting a little slippery out here. GPK goes for the punish though. The support's pushing in too deep to dive out to Kataomi. They do have the golem. They're going to drop it on the Storm Spirit, but he still managed to get the kill onto the Bat Rider and zips away. He's good for now. BB team. This is getting a little awkward for Gaimin Gladiators. Clear out the ward at least.
They would have liked that to have been cleaner for sure. They're still getting the map pressure and the control they want. They got the ward out, steal some of the stacks. The Ember is snowballing. That's the most important part here of their game plan. He's your biggest initiation tool, easiest way to set up these kills. So as long as Quinn is surviving, having a good game, getting runes, you're generally happy with the exchange.
And Centaur usually is able to recover off of maxing out return, right? He'll play the lane, he'll play neutrals. Like, I feel like this hero is not the worst when it comes to being shut down early in lane.
Especially with the amount of stacking that's been going on.
True.
There's a lot of gold waiting for Ace here, and he is gonna clean some of it up right now. Juicy stacks for the Centaur. This will get him back in the game. He can still contribute on the map with Stampede. You don't need him to have the fastest game here, particularly when you have this carry Doom. This is a kind of scary lane for a BB team to sit in while this Doom is active.
Gaimin up by 2,000 net worth, but they got to stay ahead. That is the one thing. The onus is on them. Set the tempo of this game to put pressure on BB team, to keep them on the back foot and make sure they don't let this Phantom Lancer get online.
This Ember is controlling a lot of the space right now.
Yes.
BB team are not having fun interacting with this mid lane.
Early Diffusal Blade might help put Pure into a position where he can kill Ace again, but kind of unlikely.
Mana burn's going to be solid this game. These are not cores that like getting burned out.
Yeah, that's true.
They're also cores that I feel like can be mana burned out pretty easily because their mana pools are not that large for the spellcasters they are. You're looking at the double strength core and the Centaur and the Doom with pretty low mana pool, and This Ember can get burned out in Vortex duration.
For sure.
With Global Silence on top.
Got the chains onto Pure, but he's underneath the tier 2. This is too much for Gaimin. BB team will respond with teleports. Gaimin, I guess they got those teleports out of them, and they still have some control up here. They're going to push this top tower. BB team, though, they're pushing in mid, they're pushing in bottom. Feels like this is pretty efficient trade-off for BB team.
Yeah, they snake bottom, get some value out of Save's ult. And Gaimin, they want to respond to this. This is not a tower they want to give up for free. Especially with how strong Watson is. Doom available, he's full resources. Gotta farm up those snakes.
Get the extra gold off of it. He got the lash on the Shadow Shaman, so we may see that come into play later on. He might be able to get some solo kill potential with his Serpent Wards.
That's a lot of damage.
It is.
BB team are basically just saying we're okay giving the Ember a strong early game here if our PL gets an uncontested lane, which is effectively the trade they got.
Yeah.
So they should be happy with it in that sense. Just a matter of GBK not giving up bad kills on this Storm and being able to eventually catch that Ember at some point as we enter the mid game here.
I do think this part, I was playing Warlock recently, and I did feel like there was a significant life upgrade of Fatal Bonds plus the newer Shadow Word that does the AoE bit of damage. You can actually clear out waves. It did feel pretty decent.
Yeah, he's been able to do that for a while, though, right?
Yeah, I know. It's just, you know, Warlock.
Oh, you haven't played Warlock.
Warlock hasn't been meta for a while, you know? And I was trying it out, and I was like, ah, this actually feels a lot better than I thought it would, you know? Because before, it was just like, does AoE Shadow Word, like, really... In my head, I was like, is this going to change anything about the hero? I doubt it. But with the prevalence of supports, you know, needing to also farm, also be able to, whether it's hit neutrals or push out waves, Warlock has that option at least.
We're going to see some kill trade-offs here if BBT want to go on the Centaur while this kill is happening.
Ooh, heavy commitment, but
he's
definitely
gone.
A dead Kunkka. But a trade-off, Ace, he activates the Stampede. Pierce able to keep up with him, though. Runs him down.
I'm not going to lie. It feels like every time Ace goes down, it feels real bad because that's another int he's lost.
Yeah.
This int's going to add up for him in this game. You combine the lowering of his mana pool plus the fact he has to play into the Diffusal PL. It's a significant problem for this Centaur. He might be able to sit there with some Crimson later, but if he has no mana, your fight contribution is going to be pretty low.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
14-minute Wisdom Shrine. Save trying to be cheeky,
He's
taking it
getting
away.
it.
It's actually getting it while he's shackled, but with the Global Silence being used, they might be able to get this Bat Rider. Pure's going to run him down, but he's burning in the fire and flames.
Oh, yeah,
the combo with the Doom and the Bat Rider. The flame. The fire rises.
Fire rises, Austin. That is that was my concern with the PL in this game. You're into a decent amount of early AoE. I just don't know how much you can join early fights, particularly if Watson shows up. I feel like Doom just squashes any hope of you contributing in these early fights as the Phantom Lancer. You just get burned out so fast between the Scorched Earth plus the Radiance. You can also potentially get that Alpha Wolf or at some point buff up the Ember damage on the Slight. It's a lot to deal with. Stampede going through as well. Not fun for Pure joining these early fights.
Trying to get the deny. He does manage to get it. But the zip. He's out of remnants. Quinn is dead. Big pickup. Was the deny on tower worth it? Certainly not.
No, that is the biggest kill to give up in this game. That's your Blade Mail Ember off the map for 30 seconds. Real rough stuff. I feel like if that kill was going to happen, it was going to happen off the back of a global too. You didn't even need the global for that. So now you have it back up in 30 seconds here.
Dire are scanning.
Pretty big opening for BB team as they find themselves down a little bit of gold, but not too much. And this is a nice gap to open up between the Ember and the Storm.
Catching Tofu next to the tier 2, but Quinn is here, back in with the gold on Fatal Bonds onto 3. Look at him burning out. So much AoE damage. They almost killed Pure off that. They're going to run him down, make sure he dies, then go back for the Shadow Shaman. 2 cores and a support. Oh, BB team, I feel like they were in a decent spot after the Ember kill, but trying to get way too aggressive as the Ember is respawning.
I don't understand that play at all. I mean, why go that aggressive, that deep on limited vision while your global was 10 or 15 seconds off cooldown?
Yeah.
Your window in that
point.
series was when the global comes back up, you can make an aggressive fight, and then you don't have to worry about the turnaround potential. It is a spell that can counteract the Stampede save, the Golem turnaround. Instead, you just run headlong into all of it. With this Phantom Lancer in the early game that we've seen is not a real threat if Doom can just join the fight against him in response.
Yeah.
That was way too ambitious. Trying to get GPK some snowball action instead causes the reverse, and now you find yourself at an 8K deficit out of nowhere. That Doom is, he's turned on the money printer.
I do feel like when Watson was playing the Phantom Lancer, he was not trying to join in on these fights the way Pure is.
No, he just farmed.
He just farmed, and he got to that heart butterfly period of time. Global Silence put to use here.
Oh, Quinn in trouble.
He's half HP and might just die. The Glimmer King trying to save him, but no. He does end up going down. Save fighting around his wards. Watson trying to finish him off with some of the burn damage. Meanwhile, Pure going out to Tofu. Once again, a lot of AoE damage, so he can't stick around for long. He backs away a little bit, kiting him out. With GPK, might go back in after another kill. Do you really want to go after Ace, though? With no mana, there's nothing else to burn. He's just raw HP, 2,600 HP with a Vanguard and a Blade Mail.
Blade Mail plus Retaliate. Not a fun target to lay into here. I mean, Blade Mail is a super meta item right now. And BB Team running into two of them, not having a lot of success getting this Phantom Lancer involved. It's looking rough for Pure. Went this early fighting build. He is falling behind. Every one of these fights he joins that he doesn't get some kills out of it, the game becomes harder.
Yeah.
Like these late game AoE items are going to come online for Gaimin. You're going to have more defensive capability. You're going to have a larger mana pool to work with on some of these heroes.
And I think the scary part is BB Team really can only fight with the Global Silence. You use the Global Silence to get the kill in the Ember Spirit, but guess what? The Ember Spirit's back into play, and he is going to run at you.
That is a rough death for BB Team. This pick has just not worked out at all. It's now getting hunted around the map. And the whole time your PL is getting hunted, this Doom is completely free farming the jungle with Midas Radiance. Watson's massive right now. BB Team need to find a way to stabilize this game. They're now 10K behind. This is not the team to fall behind early on.
Oh yeah, you know, Gaimin Gladiators are more than capable of ending games early. You may never get to see a third or fourth item on that Phantom Lancer.
Got to fight around the Global Silence plus the boat. Those are your two strongest team fight spells right now. Try and get a power rune on the Storm and get a good jump. If you can jump Watson and kill him, or jump the Ember, kill him first with Global, that can be a recipe for success.
Yeah, I feel like I haven't seen BB Team setting up the fights with the Kunkka first so much, right? I haven't seen an X-Torrent boat into like wards on a hero.
I mean,
that would probably bring down the Doom.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't feel like I've seen Miro at all this game.
Yeah.
Like he's been in the fights, but I have not felt the Kunkka's impact in dictating how these situations develop. There's no chase downs with the X, as you said. There hasn't been some definitive turnaround with Torrent Boat that has stopped Gaimin in their tracks.
Yeah.
It will continue to be useful as the pipe will be finished up here, and it is a very good pipe game. There's definitely some strong items that can come out for BB Team that Gaimin have to think about. As you know, Gaimin's going to push towards BKBs. That's what's going to be strong for them. But the defensive items for BB Team can be really good here. The pipes, the glimmers, the Lotus Orbs in particular. Really good Lotus Orb game against Ember, Bat, Warlock, Doom. Good single target ults to reflect, and a lot of good targets to dispel here. I would not mind seeing 1 or 2, even 3 Lotus Orbs on the side of BB Team if it really comes to it.
Gwen, he's going to find something. Oh, he spotted him in the trees. Unlucky for save. He was just about to finish that TP. The Global Silence going to be put to use. They found Tofu on another side of the map and put the Global Silence to get that kill and make sure GPK does not die to the Doom. It looks like he did zip away far enough away. Watson will not be able to give chase.
You get the BKB out of the Doom as well. Not insignificant. That was the 9 seconds. But all these ults on cooldown.
I mean, Miro's out here in no man's land. There's nowhere to really go.
Might take a while.
That's true. Did he? Okay, they spotted him on the Lotus. Quinn lost him, but then I think Malady saw that the Lotus was being charged up, so...
Dude, so many scans. 3 scans up in
Oh
this
my
top
god,
lane.
he's going to get a Wisdom Shrine.
What?
He got out, got a Wisdom Shrine. Well, okay.
Oh, that was mega worth.
It really was. And the funny part is, he might still die. Because Tofu, he's coming out for the Wisdom Shrine. He's like, wait a minute, the Kunkka's still here, guys.
Yeah, he's just out.
He's just out. No lasso. Wow.
Well, that worked out really well for him.
It did.
Quinn juked himself, and then he ends up getting a Wisdom Shrine.
Snapped his own ankles.
That's how you do it.
It's okay, I feel that. Twisted my ankle recently. Sometimes you just trip up on yourself.
Thanks for the personal story, Austin.
Chains on 2. And they're just leaving Ace behind. Goodbye.
More int. Got Diomi here. Feels like this is the only guy he's taken the int from, but
he's
getting smarter.
He's got 7 intelligence. How many times has Centaur died?
4. So, yeah, over 50%. Not too bad. I think he got in all 4 of those times. He got it at least 3.
Dire are scanning.
Ace rune for Quinn. No BKB yet, but he is real strong unless you can get the lockdown on him with Global to protect it.
Looking for an opening here off this lane ward sentry combination. So they've got a Doom. Want to make use of it. But BB team playing very cautiously.
Did cut this lead down a little bit. Their map movement has not been too shabby here in the last 3 or 4 minutes, considering the position they're in.
Tofu, his smoke's gonna break. He got the lasso onto the Storm Spirit, pulls it back. Instant Hex from Save and a global silence. What a beautiful save from the combo BB team supports.
Man, right on point there, using that Aether Lens. It's a great use. Will bail that Storm out. Is costly with the global on cooldown, but would way rather have GPK alive.
Yeah. Just sick reactions from Save.
Gank dodged. Gaimin will have to settle for Tormentor, so they cannot be saved here. See who picks up the shard.
Thinking they're hoping it's the Warlock.
Well, it's the Bat Rider.
Goes to the Bat Rider, of course.
I mean, now Tofu can siege the base.
That's true.
High ground has been broken open here.
I mean, the combination of the Centaur tanking the tower and doing retaliate damage and Tofu with his shard sticky napalming, there you go.
Yeah, so Watson's just like chilling in the back.
Yeah, Watson's just eating a creep in the background, you know, munching on it like an apple.
Did get that Alpha Wolf eventually. Took him a while. Actually, a pretty slow Alpha Wolf to find for the Doom, but we'll eventually get there, and that'll add some more DPS that Pure has to worry about in these fights. Gaimin trying to suffocate the map right now. Use the Ember's mobility to corral BB up into this top lane. Might prompt a smoke out of this position if they feel strong enough to fight. Pure has a bit more HP to work with, but he also has 3K in the bank right now. It's kind of an awkward time for BB to make this smoke move, because this Phantom Lancer doesn't really want to join the fight. He would rather finish this Ags.
Trying to catch Miro on the jump back to his X. They certainly get him with the chains, but it's a bit of a bait. A jump into the Storm Spirit, and they're going to grab with the shackles and everything else. They throw everything they had to be able to get the kill on Quinn. And now, Gaimin Gladiators.
It's an early BKB.
Wanting to punish something, but yeah, Watson's early use of the BKB means they're just going to give up the Shadow Shaman and say, okay, you can have it. As long as everybody else gets out.
I mean, there's a lot of space for the Storm, who gets out of the final end of that gank bottom. Pushes him towards the BKB. You get another key Ember kill in this game. The Storm does not die. And yeah, I agree with GPK, looking good. I mean, they're clawing this game back. Gaimin are not getting that snowball action they wanted. They're not getting to use this Doom's incredible net worth lead how they want to right now. And it's not the best hero just going in the Roche pit, taking Aegis and forcing high ground or something like that with the advantage he has.
Tofu was sure to bring it to us. GPK, he's going to try and get the response kill here with a lot behind him. They won't even give up Kataomi. That's just flat out a Tofu death.
This Storm is getting scary in this game.
Yeah, he was not supposed to have as many galvanized stacks as he does.
It felt like the Ember had a way better start, but this Ember's had a couple key deaths here. He's 4 and 3, and this Storm is starting to power up 4, 1 and 4. He has the global to back him up, and it's made a world of difference here. You look at the itemization from Gaimin, you're still waiting on that BKB for the Ember so that he can deal with the big disables here. It feels like everybody else has a Dispel at this point, outside of Ace. Arguably doesn't need it as much.
No.
But there's the BKB for GPK. I think this is the most important item for BB Team in this game. Can you use this Storm's BKB to get you a large enough advantage to power you into the PL's timings? He should be invincible in this BKB. Like, you pretty much have to lasso or doom him, and that just seems impossible, especially with Global that can either back up his jump or bail him out, as we've seen it used both ways this game.
How long does GPK need to stall out this game, though? When can this Phantom Lancer be strong enough to be a real threat?
Ideally, you want to fight with that Axe. And he forewent it here, so it's just going to be hard.
I think you have to go just raw HB.
This is the classic Phantom Lancer build.
Yep.
I do like the heart because you need some HP regen here to deal with all the burn, but
I do think heart is where you start being able to, like, because they have a lot of small AoE damage magic. I think the heart starts being enough that we're going to see effective Phantom Lancer.
I think he still gets melted, honestly, if he enters the fight.
I guess it determines when he's going to be jumping into this fight. Certainly not going to be jumping down here. Save. He just goes for a run down the bottom lane, throws down the Serpent Wards, get some damage, get some attention. Gaimin Gladiators, though, still trying to find more.
I think he needs another item. I don't see this PL going in the fight and doing anything, even with the heart. I think he needs the Ags to either just output a bit more damage and be able to pick his moments better. He needs more HP with something like a Scotty or...
Scotty, yeah.
You know, what if he wants to go Silver Edge and play sort of the entry and exit type style. GPK still doing work,
so
man.
much work. Long zip, TP out, he's good.
I think this is one of those games where if he loses it, he's going to feel real bad.
Yeah.
Like, what else was I supposed to do while this carry's just AFK farming for what timing? It's just going to be a lot to go into. Particularly if you let Quinn get to Shivas here. I mean, if you want to try and fight before the Ember has Shivas, I can buy that idea. But if Quinn gets to Shivas, you have Radiance plus Shivas plus double Blade Mail plus Crimson Guard and Stampede to reposition or chase down the PL. I mean, good luck. That is a lot to go into for Phantom Lancer.
I was thinking about another factor. The last time the Phantom Lancer was relevant, okay, running into Ace. Not really what they wanted their smoke to run into, sadly.
Really don't want him.
Yeah.
That feels bad for them. Because he was pretty alone. I mean, the response was coming, but it was a long way away. Of course, they didn't know that. Just feels bad to leave a smoke on the table like that.
Phantom Lancer has not been a truly meta hero since they upgraded Crimson Guard, that it now scales up.
Yeah.
I think that's a really big problem for Phantom Lancer. If Crimson Guard already is like a great item against this hero, but it's good early on. But now the fact that Crimson Guard can scale up, and they've got a Centaur holding on to that Crimson Guard, so it's going to scale up a lot, that's going to block out so much damage. I think that really kills some of Phantom Lancer's, like, timing. I think it just means you have to go later and later to make it so this hero feels like it's being a real threat, doing real damage. But he can burn out some mana. Quinn, 1 minute and 40 seconds left on this Aegis. Still trying to get to that Shivas. Gaimin Gladiators, do they take these last couple of tier 2s with this Aegis? It does look like they're looking at mid.
Oh yeah, you keep pushing your advantage for sure. You are not afraid of taking the fight right now. Especially with how well Ace recovered in this game. He has auras online, continuing to scale up everybody. The Shivas is closing in. If the fight ever starts on BB Team's backline, I think it's just over. They cannot lose the Shaman or Silencer early here. That'll be full AC done for Watson, by the way.
Oh! A stomp lands. Force Staff. Pure is able to get back up to the high ground. Watson is not able to immediately jump off of Ace's initiation, so perhaps a missed opportunity there. Controlled up by Miro, but they will finish off this tier 2. And they saw the Phantom Lancer, so they know the PL isn't getting a ton of farm at this period.
It's just GPK on the map. He's thinking about Nullifier. I mean,
Really?
that's a mixed bag. Is this even that good of a Nullifier game? The only thing it really does is you can jump the Warlock and all in him. But I don't know how important that is in the grand scheme of things. The Nullifier versus everybody else is not that valuable because there's BKBs already on the table. And especially on this Bat Rider, BKB already done for Tofu. That's pretty massive here. This Bat is way more reliable as an initiation source for Gaimin. Means Quinn doesn't necessarily have to commit fully as the initiator going in. He can just kind of go in, give some vision, be that frontliner, create some space, and then Tofu finds a latch. You BKB, you Force Staff, pull that guy in. You can BKB, just doom him as well. This could pose some problems for GPK.
I would feel a lot better if that was a Parasma, but we'll see.
I mean, or Lincoln's. Nullifier just doesn't do anything for this hero. The armor, health regen, damage are not that relevant.
Miro constantly. X pushing out the mid lane. They try and punish him. Excellent Hex once again from Save. Now here comes the boat, and they're clumped up. Now it's still going to be double BKBs out from the cores, but the supports are going to get melted throughout this one. Managed to get a lasso, pull back onto Miro at least. Pierce chasing in though. The BKBs have worn thin. They're going out to the Doom. He gets shackled up a little bit. They quickly deal with the Shadow Shaman. He's not lasting long, and BB team are realizing, okay, despite the quick reactions, we still cannot just brute force it against these cores.
This PL is doing nothing, man. I don't want to hate on this pick, but that felt like such a good moment to get the PL in and try and capitalize on all the BKBs being down. You landing this sick bow combo that just forced out early BKBs, did so much damage, an incredibly clutch Hex on the bat jump that disjointed Gaimin's initiation. You still just can't commit to the second half of this fight. Don't have a carry that can run in and deal the significant damage. It's so dependent on the Storm. I mean, this is as good as it gets for BB team at this point in the game, right? This just tells me you have to go even later, play for later time. We're going to see Pure go in here, but doing nothing. And if anything, they're looking to turn around on him. Well,
yeah, he almost doomed him.
But I'm not afraid of you.
Yeah, between AC Shivas and the Crimson Guard, the damage is being nullified at this Phantom Lancer entirely.
And the Radiance, of course, on top of it all.
Yeah, mischance as well, yeah. Throw in some extra, armor enchantments, brawny enchantments and stuff, yeah.
Yeah, double Gale Guard on this lineup.
Oh, yeah.
That's not helping his... It's just hard to output the DPS right now. That's another reason I'm a bit mixed on the Nullifier for GPK, because I feel like his position in this game is... I think it makes some sense to play to set up the Phantom Lancer a little bit, which I think is traditionally how you play with this carry, but I also feel like he just has to carry this game.
Yeah, I actually think he needs to do more damage. Got the Doom onto the Phantom Lancer, so he's certainly not going to be relevant in this fight. Jumping after more, it's going to be both the supports cleaned up as well. Gaimin Gladiators, very quick with it.
This is where they can end this game. They just got the Shivas on the Ember. They have every item in the book against this Phantom Lancer. Time to make him deal with it and just take the fight to BB side of the map, take it to the Roshan, take it to the base.
Oh no, got lassoed. Do they have stuns to follow it up? Not really. So if anything, GPK might still get the kill on Tofu and then zip away. He goes off the map and he survives because of that. Now a late teleport, but he's not gonna make it out. Oh no!
Not like this.
GPK tries to push it too much. Understandably, I mean, he's the only thing holding this game together, so he tries to min-max the use of his BKB to get a kill and get out. Instead, neither happens. He dies, Tofu lives, and Gaimin Gladiators free entrance into the base.
I've seen that one before, you know, I've seen it in my pubs a lot, right? You have the Phantom Lancer carry, your frustration at him being completely useless builds.
Yep.
You're like, I gotta do something crazy to salvage this game. You try and go for the solo play, it backfires even harder. You go report Phantom Lancer, go next. It's a classic. We've all been there.
We've all been there.
And even in a pro game at EWC, it appears that we see the same thing.
They're just like me. Lasso pullback, so no silencer for this fight, and still no Storm Spirit. And yet, BB Team thinks they maybe have a chance here, but unfortunately they weren't able to finish off Quinn, and this Phantom Lancer's just gonna have to run away, but the Doom, he's already tracked him down, harpoons him back into play, but it looks like he is home free. Gaimin Gladiators will chill out a little bit. Kantomi had to buy back and use Global Silence, and still, nobody on Gaimin Gladiators was even close to death. An Aghanim Scepter for Malady. Gracious.
These supports are getting quite big. We saw the Lincoln's done for Tofu as well. He's about more farmed than this Kunkka at this point. Gaimin looking to close this one out with some confidence to go into that game too. There's just not a lot of entryway into the fight. That's your silencer buyback. Gotta get a good jump. That's what it feels like. You have to jump. I mean, it has to be Ember or Doom. It's just the Centaur can likely bail you out. There's no Dispel. Oh, he just got Lotus. So, yeah, even that is, that's a big problem now. That the Centaur can Dispel Global and bail the other cores out. But you're going to have to get rid of the damage. You have to take the Doom off the fight so the PL can have an impact here. There's no way
slipping
around
by each other. Tofu, his break, so does Kantomi's. They immediately drop, double wards, quadruple wards. Quinn, he braids it first. Slight, finding openings on both supports. You said the backline needed to be able to live. Well, they immediately get jumped on. Both coming in, trying to finish off Quinn. A second bolt to try and catch him on the Slight. No, he jumps away to his Rendon. He lives for now, and Pure already half HP. He's just trying to clean supports up. Malady is still not dead yet. Pure might die before he gets to position 5. This Phantom Lancer is doing absolutely jack all, and Gaimin Gladiators, another clean fight for them.
I'm surprised they didn't call it after that fight. That felt like the Hail Mary to do something here to salvage this game, and he just ran into a straight brick wall. That's what this game has felt like. They just don't have enough damage to take the fight, even if the openings have been pretty well played, even if you're on vision, even if you can start on the Ember and lock him down. There's no follow-up. There's too much HP in this lineup, too much tank, too much Doom. Why do people disrespect this hero, Austin? I don't understand.
You have been saying that for like 2 months at this point.
The man is 10-0-9. He's dominated every fight. You picked a Phantom Lancer into it. Yeah, you put this game on a platter for Watson.
Well, unless a Giant Small is going to change something here for Pure.
I feel like
I
feel like Watson's Giant Wall is a bit better here.
Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Especially combined with his damage that is extremely amplified, hitting for almost 400 damage a hit, potential for a crit out of his passives from the Wolf Commander and the Giant Small crit. And then that's disregarding all the magic damage he's doing. An overwhelming Strength Blink, Radiance Burn, and Scorched Earth.
Looking back on this game, it feels like BB Team had to get more out of Pure joining those early fights that he tried to join with the Diffusal, like Diffusal Yasha. If they win those fights, I can absolutely see them being in a position to snowball this game a lot more and shut the Ember and the Centaur down in the fights themselves and just play through the Storm, getting Aegises, creating space for the Phantom Lancer, that type of thing. But the second that kind of backfired, the PL falls behind, you just can't itemize this hero out of the hole. Like, you're going up against too much here, and I think Gaimin itemized pretty perfectly this game. I cannot criticize anything across the board. I think the supports getting greedy is totally fine as well because you have this Centaur buying utility for everybody, right? You have Crimson, you have Pipe, you have Lotus, you have Stampede. Ace is doing it all here. So why not get some more damage on the supports and just finish this game off?
Outworld stabs for the supports of BB Team. Don't think that's going to save them from the pain that's coming.
They have triple staff? Yeah.
Who else got it?
GPK.
GPK.
Is solid this game in trying to dodge some of the single target jump ultimates here. However, like you said, you just come straight back into the fight and it's not much different.
No.
Quinn sitting on an Arcane Rune as well as closing on level 25.
Pure's trying to do this by himself. Somehow managed to get the Doppelganger Tofu lassoing. Not quite the right target there.
Up again in 45. Didn't even have to BKB for that. No harm, no foul. you need some damage to salvage this game, if it's salvageable.
Where's that damage coming from?
Bloodthorn Phantom Lancer, that's it.
Yeah.
He is a long ways off, that Bloodthorn.
Quinn spotting the real one. Immediately hexed up, though, as he gets inside the base. Shackled, Global Silence. He still has BKB, and he's going to pop its light and Remnant out.
He can
Getting
heal and
that
come
much
back.
out of them. Okay, Golem's going to be dropped here as well. GPK is actually going to jump for it. He goes after Malady. Once
nice
again,
torrent.
the position 5, an opportunity here to try and get 1 kill for BB Team before they lose this fight. And they got him. They got that 1 kill. Maybe with 5x they can get another one. It's not going to come from GPK. He is out of this game. And Pure, while he's struggling to get the other support in Tofu, got him down to half HP. Another doppelganger. Tofu still at BKB. Okay, well, there goes that. Trying to get a 4-staff to Pure to survive, but no. He does have a buyback, but don't think it really means much.
Yeah, he's back, Austin.
Look at him go.
Everything is down. They doomed an illusion, I believe. It's time to shine.
I mean, the
Phantom
fact
Lancer.
that like Quinn has been stunned for like 20 seconds in this team fight, and the Phantom Lancer has probably hit him for like 15 of those seconds. I mean, he never even really came that close to dying.
Yeah. It's one of those PL games, you know?
Just one of those games.
It looked interesting. I saw some potential in the mid game for BB Team to win this if they can really dominate those fights with PL joining, but it's just up against some tough core matchups. I think one of the things about this hero is even if you're against heroes where it's like...
Okay, so they do have maybe a little bit less of a strong early game needed, at least, to be able to do well this game, or is that
Yeah, I mean, I think
too
ultimately,
simplified?
and it's not too simplified, but I think ultimately, like, Gaimin are in their best form when Quinn is just getting all the runes and they're making moves, so that's what the support should focus on.
Okay, let's see who's going to take game number 2, Gaimin Gladiators BB Team with Cap and SVG.
According to our analysts, BB Team will live or die off of the Marcy Dazzle lane. My bet, Avery, is they're going to die. I think they're going to die off of that combo. I do not believe in the off-lane Dazzle here.
Well, that's fair.
I think there are a lot of heroes that can get on top of that Dazzle. I think there is a lot of ground team fight, right? Tombstone, we own this area. Dawnbreaker ult, we own this area. Brambles, we own this area. One of the things about Dazzle is that he has this new trick up his sleeve in the ultimate where he's able to get his ghost out. But if you're initiating on him, you're in that area.
First off, it's not a ghost. Let's get the terminology correct, Austin. It's projection.
Projection,
not
course.
a ghost.
His
It is,
astral spirit.
Yes. It's a spiritual projection.
I understand as an Elder Titan player, that's why you're so defensive about this.
Let's respect the terminology.
Okay.
I think it's maybe a tough Dazzle game because of the core matchups. Dazzle doesn't generally perform well against high mobility heroes that can go in and out of fights. He generally doesn't perform well against sustain. It can be another issue for this hero if you just match him, and then he doesn't deal real damage. He deals like attrition damage over the course of fights as a core. So you have a little sustain with Dawnbreaker plus a 9, and you have some mobility with Queen and Weaver. So I think on paper, it's kind of a tough core Dazzle game. Of course, if the lane goes really well for him, which it can with this Marcy Dazzle versus Undyne, I could maybe see you kill this Undyne once or twice. If you can never catch Malady on the side with a Poison Touch and run him down, it can be a tough matchup for the Undyne lane-wise. That's where Miro can find his mark in this game. That's what I'm looking at. Otherwise, you're getting some tough core matchups on paper and some heroes that might just be able to run you down in the fight. Set up the Tombstone, Tombstone AoE control, Sonic Wave, deal somebody else. Someone's caught in a Bramble Terrorize. It gets a little murky. You can only throw out one save. You maybe have to use it on yourself. That said, this was where I was talking about the adjustments that BB Team can make in a series like this against Gaimin. They went way faster this game, particularly for Pure. He is on a significantly faster carry. In fact, I don't think you can upgrade the pace much more than this. From PL to Furion. I feel like that's from the slowest carry of the patch to the fastest carry of the patch.
For sure.
I mean, maybe within the top 3 or bottom 3, whatever, but that's a drastic jump in pace.
I mean, is there a slower hero than PL in the meta?
The only reason I'm hesitant to say he's the slowest is because I think, in theory, that hero can play faster.
Sure, in good PL games, you can be more active. Pure tried to be more active, but it wasn't a good PL game last game.
Exactly.
Tombstone going to be dropped, blood grenade, running after Miro, and a bad start for BB team. On the other side, okay, maybe a decent start. All right, things are a little bit more even. Pure does not die, and they do manage to get the kill against Gaimin Gladiators. The sad part is BB team do not get the first blood.
Yeah, I would have liked it up here on top. Nonetheless, bringing down Dawnbreaker at level 2, not an easy task to outtrade that hero.
No.
They'll get the job done. See if Pure goes to base and comes back. He's kind of lingering on this lane.
Katomi, snowball, and makes a run for it. Should be okay.
Dangerous to hang around this lane at low HP. Dawnbreaker can all in you, especially with some Shadow Realm follow-up. A lot of early damage. See if they can get the all-in on the Furion. I'm interested in this mid lane as well. The Queen versus the Kunkka. I think we've talked about this matchup, how it looks in the new patch, with Queen coming back into prominence.
Yep.
It used to be a really good matchup for the Kunkka. I think it has swung a little out of his favor, but I do think Quinn is putting in some work here. He has won the regen battle considerably.
For sure.
And
GPK
that is going to do some damage.
He's doing all right in CS. The CS chart makes it look like he's doing okay, but the dagger is beginning to build up. GPK is either going to die or he's going to start missing out on some CS.
The Quinn of Pain, feared by many foes. Some Gaimin fans.
Tofu blocked in, double sprout. Decent damage, snowball through. With the tag team, they might be able to finish him off. Oh, Starbreaker, that doesn't really land too much there. And Ace might even die here. They're going to chase him down underneath the tower. Meanwhile, double kill for Malady on the other side. They don't get the kill on Ace. It was almost a double for a double.
This Dazzle Marcy lane is not working out.
No.
The issue is this lane, you throw Swarm in plus Tombstone, you can't take care of everything, right? It's too much to auto attack down. This lane combination is pretty nasty when you go up against a lane that has to try and all in you.
Yeah, by the time you have done the attacks to kill the bug, you've ramped up like 3 zombies on you.
This is the situation that they wanted to end up in more. They're barely going to eke out a win trade here.
Oh, we got the deny, Watson. Well played.
Never mind. They'd get nothing off that. But that is the type of scenario you wanted to get, which is an isolated Undying you can run down with Poison Touch. That's where you win this lane. Getting stuck in the head-up trades, you were never going to win that battle against Decay Tombstone plus Geminate hits going in on Swarm. I'm surprised they played it that way.
Especially if you're getting multiple double decay shots like Malady was doing very early on in the lane. Managed to separate Tofu and Ace a little bit. Bramble is going to be able to catch the toss. That's big. Starbreaker lands on Katomi. Katomi's low, but they're going to finish off Ace first. Now Katomi. Wait, whoa. Okay. Pierce just... I don't know what that was, to be honest.
Yeah.
Did Pure think he was in trouble, like he was going to be targeted, and he was like, okay, I'm going back to base, and then I'll TP back in?
He was not going to base, though.
Where was he going?
He was TPing to mid. That's the part I don't understand. I was thinking maybe like GPK said, hey, this Queen blinked aggressively, we can kill him, but Quinn had everything up. So I really don't... Maybe it was just one of those like BM
it's the
TP
ultimate
in your
mind
faces.
games. Yeah, maybe.
He's just causing confusion, you know? He's sowing chaos across the map.
It's stemming off your conversation with Seb in the green room.
He's like, he's saying, you know, I'm TPing out from top, but at the same time, I'm faking the TP mid. Quinn's worried. They're not sure what's happening top. No, I don't even know what's happening.
Quinn's frantically, what's going on? I'm being teleported on, guys. What's going on? Am I being ganked? Are there supports coming too?
That's mental warfare right there.
Sowing chaos within the enemy ranks.
Is Quinn taking this lane over, though?
It is GPK who is getting the rotation. He is actually going to challenge Tofu here for this play.
That was an early Shadow Realm, so should take a lot of damage here.
They are going to be fighting into Quinn, who has his Sonic Wave ready to go. Snowball's going to pick up, dodge some of the damage there for save. Tofu gets off another Shadow Realm. He's going to TP out. No AoE damage is going to stop him here. They'll deal with the Tombstone, pick that one up, but it is still a power rune for Quinn, so it is a trade-off, and he denied the Tombstone?
Yep.
Ooh, that feels really bad, especially Miro. I mean, he's left alone in this bottom lane. Oh! What a turn! Nasty move from Miro as it looked like he was gonna die, but caught him slipping on the creep wave. Meanwhile, X back onto Quinn, tosses him back, but he gets the blink away still.
Oh, you had like almost full wand charge on that Weaver.
Oh no, that makes it so much worse.
Yeah, that's a brutal death for Watson as He had so much lane advantage down there, and it's all thrown away. Looking towards Ace again. This would be a third death for the Dawnbreaker in the laning phase. That is crazy. To extract this much value from a Dawnbreaker as a safe lane, not an easy task. And they're making it look easy right now. This is going to be a big boost for Pure. That pushes the Dazzle straight back up to a winning lane position on this bottom, but that solo kill. BB team striking back, and this is the adjustment of pace and early game aggression that I like when I see out from this team. It makes them a formidable force to draft against, and it makes it hard to just clean sweep this team in a series. I think it's very rare we see them get swept in anything. Like maybe they lose series, maybe they lose finals or something, but they almost always win a game out of it. They can almost always swing it at least towards their favor a little bit and learn from what was going wrong in those early games. We see them striking back here. They're going to look towards Quinn with the boat.
Lots of stuns, lots of damage. It's enough to kill Quinn, and now they'll turn their attention to Malady, who, with that Wrath of Nature. Talk about lots of stun, lots of damage. I mean, Wrath of Nature this early on into the game.
Oh, they're just demolishing him in these skirmishes.
Yeah.
They're just powering through this undying. That's a tombstone that stays up for a pretty decent amount of time.
Gotta be careful, though. Malady's back into play here. They looks like they got GPK off of Watson's play. Could not save Tofu, though.
What a rotation from Watson. Try and even out what was happening, because this was just turning into a stomp around these early fights. He will even that out in a big way. Collects a big core kill. A lot of extra XP for this Weaver that needed it.
I think we've seen the growth of both Gaimin Gladiators with Watson. You talked about how they slowed down a little bit for Watson, but I also think similarly, Watson is sped up sometimes for Gaimin Gladiators. That rotation in mid lane, great example of that. Blood Grenade on two, though. Tofu, he's going to collect a double here off the Shadow Realm hit.
This is a really fast-paced game.
And maybe they get Pure as well, threatening him to terrorize, making sure he's going to be running back into the open arms of Quinn and Tofu. Dominating streak.
Just don't stop here. I mean, what a sequence for Tofu. He was having a little bit of a rough game. He'll just collect 3 quick kills there. Get a couple earn charges, pushes him up to level 7. Suddenly his game is looking almost better than Ace's at this point.
Did he start that fight 5 and then get a kill and get 6 off of it? Or was he already 6? Because he's almost level 7.
I don't think he was 6 when he TP'd in there. He was very close. A lot of fast turnarounds happening in this early game. Got to be on point. You want to build a lead here? See if BB team can keep using this save Marcy, which taking a page out of Boxy's book. Using this pick-me-up to good effect in this early game. Very strong facet when you can get it going.
I just don't think it's Save's kind of hero, to be honest. I think Save is usually, I don't want to like pigeonhole him too much, but I feel like it's the ranged 4s that are usually what he shines on. You know, the Shadow Shaman, the Muerta, really good Muerta, right?
I would agree, but I think he can play pretty much anything.
Dazzle,
yeah, you're in trouble
here. Now, he might be able to get the kill on Malady. Malady is going to die, but obviously trade-off well worth it for Gaimin Gladiators. BB team do not want to be trading core for support.
Especially when you can contribute this Wrath of Nature into the fight, and Gaimin are not putting the Solar Guardian down yet, though there is the reveal of it.
Oh, with the Terrorize too? Quinn not dead yet. Oh, he blinks forward onto Save, and Save does manage to get that kill. Sonic Wave goes out. Ace, though, Starbreaker, trying to run for it. No, damage is still there. TP out. Oh, good TP from Pure. Great read of the situation. Teleport into a bit of a sticky spot there. Gaimin Gladiators do not manage to finish him off.
Ace's woes continue.
Yes.
As Pure having a comeback game here. 4-1 and 5-star for this Furion. He's been involved in everything. The Wraths have been great. Early Maelstrom's going to amp up the damage even more. This is a scary multiplier to come into these fights for BB team. Gaimin have to continue to match it here. Just so tough going in these fights where if the Weaver joins, you have some confidence to match what that Furion can do, but if Watson doesn't join, you're going to be outnumbered. You're going to be outdamaged. And we're seeing how tough these late portions of the fights are to convert for Gaimin. Like when you go in after the tombstones drop, maybe it gets killed, maybe it gets kited out. Once you use your Sonic Wave, once you use your Solar Guardian, there's not a lot left in the tank if the Weaver doesn't join you and pushes you over that edge.
Yeah, it's a hard situation for Gaimin Gladiators to play clearly because it was hard enough for you to be able to say.
That's right. I really stumbled over that one, Austin, but
Dust on Watson.
Glad I have friends to back me up in my time of need.
Help him out. They get the double hit from the poison. Malady, he'll TP away. Oh no, he's not TPing. He's stuck here. He's got TP.
I bet
it's
you
not
I wish
available.
Watson had friends to back him up there as he stumbled a little bit.
Hey, don't
around
worry.
that tier one
Watson's got
tower.
Malady and you've got me.
Do I, though?
We're both going to sync together,
Do I?
apparently.
It doesn't feel like I do. Feels like I'm all alone. Like, I'm sure Malady felt like he was all alone. Just a poor Undying.
BB team, not up 1K, now up 2K, thanks to finding 3 bounty runes.
What?
Apparently all the bounty runes, Gaimin Gladiators were just hoarding them on their side of the map. Caught inside the bramble, nice pick me up, but the Sonic Wave is going to hit both of them.
Yeah.
Save has turned 1 death to 2 with that little play.
That's a rough one, going through the brambles there. Quinn happily collects, didn't even need to use his amp damage rune. As the swings into this game continue.
Yeah, they do.
Still feels like every time I look at this net worth chart, it's Pure pulling ahead, which, I mean, that is the way of the Furion.
Yes.
Let's call it what it is, you know, a gold inflationary hero. But still, like, even the Kunkka's in a really solid spot here. And the early Blade Mail on GPK is annoying.
Once again, the Solar Guardian to try and help out Quinn. This time, Quinn survives. Half HP, still can fight. No Sonic Wave, though. Instead, puts damage on the mid tower. Watson will chase away Miro, and the tower is secured. Ace says, I'm having a rough game, Quinn. I'm going to take this last hit, if you don't mind.
I'm sure Quinn would have liked more out of this amp damage, but you do have to respect the fact you have limited stuns with this lineup, limited catch around that Tombstone. If BB team want to kite you out like we saw there, they don't have to force the engagement, and your only catch at that point is Bramble or Terrorize. So
Yeah. Not amazing.
the fights are not always going to be up to you in this early game if you're gaming, unless you just want to get really aggressive and dive towers. Start on the Willow, and that's a freebie, man.
Yeah, that was
physical.
surprising how easy it was, considering he had Shadow Realm up.
But forget about that weave.
Yeah.
Weave plus some
Stacks up.
physical from the tag team. You can always have that Wrath of Nature bounce through. There's a lot of surprising bursts from this BB team lineup when you just run in aggressive like this. And I think it's part of the reason we've seen Gaimin kind of not try and get on BB team's side of the map too much in this early game. I mean, part of it was it's not been going, you know, perfectly on cue for them.
Apparently BB team were also hoarding bounty runes.
Yeah, what is up
Another
with this triple bounty rune nonsense, dude?
Nobody wants to move to this awkward part of the map, I guess.
I mean, it also shows you just how fast this game was. They were just constantly fighting. No one's been AFK farming jungle. That's amazing.
We
I'm
do
all
love
for it.
that. We've had 28 kills in 14.5 minutes in.
Whew. It's my kind of Dota right there.
Be a world record for other games. 15-minute. And Quinn looking for more action. Under the Kataomi.
I mean,
Not much to make
you
out
know,
of
now
that.
that I think about it, 13 to 15 at 15 minutes. That, in certain matches, like if this were a Falcons Tundra game, that would be the number of stacks for each team.
That's true.
That's
true.
The score would be like 2 to 4, but we would have had 13 stacks against 15 stacks. Would
Once
you have had
again,
as much fun?
Quinn in some trouble, but he's got Essence Ring, he's got Solar. Oh, the Wrath of Nature, it's not quite enough to finish him off, but the Sprout in from Pure, and one final hit
Blink.
delivers a killing blow. But now Pure can't really go anywhere here.
Gotta
He
fight.
needs help, and Save to the rescue. Jumps in, Terrorize though, hits onto both the Marcy, and the Pure Nature's Prophet is almost dead. Watson will be able to finish him off. No, turns his attention to Save, gets that kill. Tofu using a Shadow Realm hit to chase after Miro. GPK can't help him, he's low. Watson almost getting caught by the Shadow Wave, heals once again, but now they've surrounded Miro. Will finish him off. A triple kill and a team wipe against BB team. Gaimin Gladiators may have broken this game open a little bit.
That is a huge fight to win in a game like this that just felt so scrappy. You're trying to get a foothold on it. Huge mental break for you to gain some momentum. And right as the Dazzle finished his Ags, not an easy team fight to win, but the fact you get on the Furion early, you can only stall this death for Pure by so much. He's just in the mix of everybody, and
Essence Ring making a huge difference here. The fact that Pure has to make the extra commitment to finish off Quinn kind of puts him in a bad position. Back into the game, though. Of course, we're going to have more action. Ace jumping to his hammer, gets the Starbreaker out. Save trying to jump away, but they're both going to die. Both supports are gone. BB team trying to keep their cores up. Gaimin Gladiators will not go for the dive. Got to be careful with that against a Kunkka. Yules
They're
from
getting
Tofu
aggressive.
into the stun, and they bypass the Kunkka, go straight for Miro's Dazzle. With an Arcane Rune on Quinn, yeah, he wants to put use to this one. Sonic Wave immediately goes out. Meanwhile, Pure had to teleport away. Tofu is going to go down, though. And Miro is still decently healthy. Gaimin Gladiators
Pure
are not
coming
able
back.
to break these cores underneath the tower. And now, yeah, Pure, he's back into play. Catches Quinn. Quinn's got a blink. BB team might not be able to collect more kills out of this, but they will at least keep their cores alive and chase Gaimin Gladiators out of here.
To get the tower last hit for Watson, though, this Weaver has collected a lot of net worth here in the last 2 minutes, and the Deso is flying out. That is going to ramp the damage considerably as Pure finishes his Mjolnir. Both these carries really want to win these next fights with these big damage upgrades. You're just missing the supports in that engagement if you're BB team. From dying earlier, can't get back to that fight. They're the majority of your lockdown with this Marcy Tusk. Super important to keep them alive here to keep these fights going favorably for you.
Yeah.
Gaimin, they strike back hard in this game. Big team fight wins, especially for Ace, man. I mean, you got to remember, this Dawnbreaker was last in this game. Now he's up there with the Kunkka.
He is.
Having a
500
much
ahead of
better
the
time.
Dazzle.
There's a lot of utility he's going to offer in this game. Coming in with the Vlad Zora plus the Ags, a lot of heal, potential chain stun off of catch from the Dark Willow, which could be really nice in this game.
This new Ags is pretty nasty, and I feel like Queen of Pain is maybe the perfect hero to make use of it. Now that everybody's going for this plate mail build with the facet that she has, she gives you the mobility for a really good ultimate, and then the sustain just makes this hero a monster. Like, how do you turn around and hit the Quap knowing that she's got Essence Ring, that she's going to be getting a bunch of heals off the Dawnbreaker ultimate, that you're going to get stunned near instantly when you jump onto the Quap from that Starbreaker, or that Dawnbreaker ult?
You have to just insta-burster with all of your overwhelming physical. It's kind of the only way. Or you bait out spells from Gaimin, reset, and then re-engage with a boat for the second half of the fight, something like this.
Yeah, I mean, I guess there is still the... You are jumping into potential. Oh, Sage just going to jump right into the pit, but it's a little bit of the wrong time for it. Toss the Undying out of the pit, perhaps for his allies to finish him off, but it does leave him dead, as he's not dead yet, actually. Heals up a little bit thanks to the Dazzle, but yeah, it's still going to be support for support. Quinn, he's almost dead here. Snowball stuns. Quinn,
can they finish him?
Final hit, it finished him off. Miro. One side, Pure on the other. They do manage to get him. GPK, he's got a BKB. He can shrug off the Bedlam damage, no problem. This Dawnbreaker starting the Sprout, and Pure just casually teleports away from the Weaver. Watson just committed a bunch of his time to hitting a Nature's Prophet, who he hasn't even sent out of the fight exactly, because he's going to teleport back into play. They get Tofu, and now it's BB Team, who nearly wiped Gaimin Gladiators. Couldn't get Watson's Weaver, but they got everybody else.
Pure's abusing the TP so well in these fights. He's baiting out a lot of damage, resetting, coming back in, and that's that re-engage that works. That Sprout was not helping the mobility there, but that is a massive Aegis to snag. And honestly, the initial go from Save looked pretty bad. It ends up working because the Grave keeps him alive long enough to kill the Tombstone, which was a big factor in that fight. You can suddenly take this fight without the Tombstone. That's a big AoE control spell for Gaimin that's out the window right off the bat. You have to evacuate the Roche Pit because it wasn't low enough and they didn't commit for it. Kind of reset a lot of Gaimin's momentum in that fight.
Yeah.
Man, what an Aegis for Pure to get in this game. Probably not one he expected to get that easily, but now he is wickedly strong. I mean, this is a Furion who's suddenly 3K ahead of this Weaver. Has 2 lives to play with.
This is going to be close. They're both going to get low, but as it dies, BB Team is close by. Snowball after Malady, so Malady's certainly dead. Watson hiding in the corner, teleports away. They try and find him with the dust. They spot him, but it's too late for GPK to get there with an X or a Torrent.
Nice attempt on the Hurricane Pike for the Kunkka to get in range for that X, but it's a nice better hiding spot from Watson. There's the Ags for Ace. Would have liked to combine that with an Aegis on this Weaver so you could play more aggressive in these fights.
Trying to protect their Wisdom Shrine here. Watson doesn't want to give it up, but the 2 supports confidently pushing forward. Solar Guardian, there you go, gets used. Brambles, it catches Save. Now, Save has the Shellgrave on him, and they're not going to give up the supports for free. Pure, he knows how strong he is. Melting supports and cores alike now.
BB Team starting to take this map over.
Tower is under attack.
Giving up that Aegis was such a big blow because this Furion's a glass cannon type hero, and now he has so many lives to play aggressively with. BB Team are just going on the game side of the map, daring them to take the fight.
And they're struggling to be able to get these hero kills fast enough.
Too much
kind of
sustain.
guaranteeing the boat comes in. Yeah, that the heals come in, the Shallow Grave goes off.
These heroes are not squishy anymore. Solar Crest, Essence Ring on save. Essence Ring plus the Soul Booster going into that Octarine for Miro. This dazzles up to 2,500 HP. You have Boat Run across all these heroes. And of course, you have that Blink Snowball save if you really need a bailout.
Yeah. I mean,
The lack of control is going to start to hurt Gaimin here. This is entering a mid-game where, yeah, you have mobility heroes of your own, but how do you lock these heroes down so the damage stops coming out from the Fear and stops coming out from the Dazzle? Tusk isn't just hitting you with Punch plus Tag Team.
if you don't have enough control and you don't have the burst damage, Gaimin Gladiators are going to have to gear up for longer team fights. Which means they're probably going to have to wait for BKB on the Weaver. Quinn protected by the Terrorize, but BB team doing a good job of chaining up some disables. He still gets away, though.
Amp damage on Pure right now.
Yeah.
You got to watch out. It's expiring, and it'll get some quick damage on this tower.
That was an important Terrorize there from from Tofu, because, yeah, Pure would have destroyed Quinn.
Need the BKB on Watson to take a fight here. That's some more sustain. Being able to take the longer engagement as Ace. Oh, what a Sprout placement.
He already used his hammer, so he's not able to get up to the high ground very quickly. Maladies, oh, okay, interrupts the Solar Guardian. The 1 second charge time is too much. Gaimin Gladiators, they do manage to hit a good Sonic Wave, but Save hops himself out of here. The Dazzle's protecting them, getting some good heals. And BB team, I think they're able to reset without anything lost.
Pure's just sitting there hitting everybody, man. The guy don't care. Just daring you to go on him with the 2 lives plus all the sustain behind him, the Boat Run, the Solar Crest. You have a little bodyguard to throw in there. I mean, the man's a menace right now. Already level 18. He has fully pulled ahead in this game. It's where this hero's terrifying. 10, 2, and 11. This hero controls the map. He controls the objectives. He controls the damage. BKB done for Pure as well. The items are flowing in right now for BB Team as they have gained a lot of momentum in this game 2. Gaimin on the back foot. Got to take some defensive fights in good positions. This could be one of them.
It would have been a nice quick pick off, but the snowball does go off. They'll still get the kill, but are they going to get punished for it? As Pure is aggressively taking the fight to Ace, nowhere to run. Still, support for Core, still not going well for Gaimin Gladiators. Trying to go after Pure, but his Aegis was expiring in 20 seconds.
Does slot in an Ironwood branch.
Very important. Got that one extra
Note that down,
stat.
Austin.
All
Aegis
attributes.
frees up slot for a branch. If that branch saves him in the upcoming fight.
We'll be sure to make note. The most pivotal branch all Dota's history. Now Pure, he's to replace that Aegis with a BKB as well, so he's not too scared of the Quap. But we did see that the physical damage from Weaver was a little intimidating.
At the same time, he's not solo threatening them here. They try and walk it off.
Bugs on 2, teleport out from the Nature's Prophet Solar Guardian to be able to stop the teleport away from Miro. Smart call there. And Gaimin Gladiators, they managed to wear through BB Team to finally pick up a kill. Just 1 kill, though. Not really enough to change the game, I would say, but they do have the BKB on Watson. Maybe that's where Gaimin Gladiators' confidence comes into play.
He needs more damage, though. You can pick up the damage scale later in this game with the Queen of Pain, but the Queen's a little behind right now, so this Weaver has to do the brunt of the heavy lifting to push you through this pocket.
Are you saying he needs like a more dramatic item than Hurricane Pike? He needs to go Crystallis, Statalis early on?
I'm not sure. I don't think I like the Hurricane Pike here, honestly. I don't think there's enough utility value in this game. I understand you want it for the Sprout. You want to get rid of this Quelling Blade eventually.
Yeah,
That's the issue. It's going to hurt your damage
GPK. He already used BKB earlier, so he's kind of stuck here unless he can get bailed out by Save. Pick me up and take me away. GPK bailed out, and now maybe Quinn's the one to die. Oh, the Wrath of Nature cuts him down, and Watson falls as well. Pierre's just an absolute monster.
I mean, Pure Save is much doing the work as he is here. This Marcy just laying into everybody. No one wants to man fight him on the front line. And the right clicks are Pure, giving him the backup. He is starting to build the DPS now. And look at the damage there. 2,000 damage out from this Marcy.
Nasty stuff.
Significant. When it's a support who just run around with Solar Crest.
Yeah. rally. Fearless diving into the tier 3. What a move. That was really cool looking.
Just clean.
Pick me up through. Tag team as you're getting the punches in. And then you snowball out.
I will say this is one of the more effective support duos I've seen, where there are 6 and 15.
Yeah.
It does not feel like they have 15 deaths between the two. Feels like they have gotten a lot of work done in this game.
Quinn, is he dead here? The Solar Guardian can't save him. Too much burst damage.
Ace is
and
in
now
trouble.
Ace is going to die for it as well because that's...
This is just crumbling.
I mean, every fight. I'm not sure if there's been a fight that Gaimin Gladiators, outside of the one, I guess, where they wiped BB Team, has there been a fight that Ace hasn't died in?
I don't think so. His game has been incredibly rough. He's 1 in 10. That is insane. I don't think I've seen an Ace game where he's fed that much.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a third of BB Team's kills almost.
Probably have to go back to the Danish Bears last time he went 1 in 10.
I don't think he wants to go back to the Danish Bears. I think he was quite happy on Gaimin.
28 minute. That means Wisdom Shrine will be taken by BB Team as they take the tier 2 at the same time. Satanic for the Furion. This guy is untouchable. BKB, Satanic. I don't really care what items the Weaver's going to get. It won't be enough. Watson pops BKB here. He's going to have to pop his ult, but he's still kind of stuck in this area. Tries to kill Katomi real quick, but Yule's dodge goes back for that hit. No, not enough damage.
They're looking for him still.
Oh, got him on the stun.
Very nice.
Save there once again. I mean, this guy has had just great presence around the map. His timing on the saves have been fantastic, and well, it has put BB Team in a position to even this series up. Up 14,000 in 29 minutes.
This is how I prefer this team to play, honestly. I'm surprised they don't just do it more from the get-go in these series. Feels like they always have a slow game, and then they are like, all right, no messing around. Now we're going to take the fight to you. I think they always just look better playing this style. I don't think they are a team that needs to farm too much. They can take the aggression to you. They can farm you plus the map. And I think that, to me, that's Pure strength. I think Pure is a carry that shines.
Yes.
When he has active fights he can connect to happening all the time, and he's on a carry that always has the option to join those. Doesn't mean he has to, but he can, right?
I feel like last year was his best performance I've ever seen from him, and that was how Tundra played to a T, right? They enabled Pure's
constant initiations from the supports. They're setting the fights up for him. He's coming in with a hybrid carry hero, the carry Dawnbreaker, the Pudge, the Leshrac, the Furion in this instance, the TA. These heroes that can get really active early and still scale really well. There's these hybrid 1-2 type heroes, not these true hard carries like the Phantom Lancer. Maybe the Phantom Lancer game, he was trying to also play that style with that hero, which, I'll give credit where it's due. I think it can work like that. But here, it's really looking a lot better for them, man.
Once again, they're going to burst down Quinn. It doesn't matter. You Solar Guardian, do whatever you can, but it's just not going to be able to bail him out. Once they've caught Quinn, at this point, BB Team is far enough ahead. They can ensure the kill.
They're just running him down at this point. There's nobody who can frontline on this Gaimin lineup.
No.
You just melt too fast to the overwhelming physical between Marcy, Tusk, and a Dazzle Weave powering it all up. Just a nasty amount of physical burst. You just couldn't get the armor on fast enough. Like, we're seeing naked plate mail on this Queen of Pain. It's just not enough right now.
And Pure will lead the charge.
This is maybe a game where you wish you had the old Dawnbreaker Ags.
Yeah,
some
for
evasion.
Yeah.
You need the evasion here.
Yeah.
You'd way rather have that than the extra heal. BB Team straight into the pit. Put an Aegis on Pure and this game likely ends.
The roar goes
they
off.
know it.
I mean, they can maybe get there fast enough for Quinn to jump in and Solar Guardian, but they would have to take them instantly going in, and they don't. That means an Aegis picked up for Pure. Watson in trouble. Watson, oh, Hurricane Pike into the ultimate. And he actually pushes
Nice
in
Curse
into
Crown.
a great position with a Curse Crown. 3-man stun with a Sonic Wave over the top of that one. Still, though, they can't commit for the kill. Nice pick-me-up. Gets him out of the pit. Allows them to be able to reset. Watson still wants the kill, though. Oh, Pure turns around with Satanic. Oh, ho, ho. You thought you were going to get me. You can't even get the Aegis out of him. Oh, and the Wrath of Nature to find Quinn. He'll stick on top of Tofu. Tofu does have the Ghost Scepter, so never mind. There's a Yule Scepter to stop his TP. There's another Yule Scepter to stop whatever else left he has in this life. Triple kill for Pure, beyond godlike on this Nature's Prophet.
I mean, he has
One
been
hell of a clinic he's putting
beyond
on.
godlike this game, that's for sure.
Yeah.
18, 2, and 15, that is a KDA to boost up your fantasy points, if there are any. And
Bottom tower is under attack.
still, I give a lot of credit to Save in this game. I think he pulled these fights together with the Marcy.
Yeah, I would agree.
I think this pick-me-up facet, honestly, it's a broken facet. I think maybe the Marcy is not in a broken state itself, which is why we don't see it that much. But when you see heroes or players like Save or Boxy use this facet, it just looks so plain stupid.
Yeah.
It's so powerful for what you can do with it in terms of the save, like we saw top on the Kunkka, or the aggressive potential, bringing these high damage dealers into the middle of the fight.
Yeah, bringing the Tusk on top of the Quap so they can tag
it's like a
team.
look
Shoulder
at that.
Guardian
It's
hits on
just
4
nasty.
heroes, and it doesn't do anything.
No, you don't have the damage anymore.
No, you don't. I mean, Watson's sitting there swinging on heroes, and it's not really coming close to getting any meaningful
I'll call
kills.
it.
GG is called. BB team. They'll make this series. They'll push it 1-1.
2-1-1s for us today. I mean, these have been some close series, honestly. These are
Yeah.
series I would be very curious to see who wins that game 3. Because we saw teams strike it from both sides, right? And this is another series where we saw how fast BB